This is the Look Back Wrestling Show, and I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, guys? Okay, before I start this week's Raw and Smackdown review, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into my Fastlane review. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the views. Thank you so much. Now, let's jump into Raw. So Raw opens up with Kurt Angle. He comes out and pretty much talks about, the match at WrestleMania. He goes over a little bit more about The Miz and how you're going to have Miz TV on tonight. And then he brings up Brock Lesnar, that Brock will not be at Raw, which causes Roman Reigns to come out. Roman Reigns comes out. He says, Brock Lesnar did this. That's ridiculous. He should be fired. Everybody in the city of Detroit here, they will be fired. He was like, I will be fired if I decide not to show up and just skip work. He's like, Kurt, you will be fired. He's like, you know what? You're not the problem. The problem is Vince McMahon. So he runs to not really runs, but walking to the back behind Gorilla, and where Shane O'Mac is there for some reason. So it's a weird cameo with Shane. I guess Shane's always at Raw working with his dad. And then he calls out Vince. Vince is like, all right, you know what? Cut to commercial. Meet me in my office. So they meet. Vince and Roman have a talk in the office, and Roman comes out of Vince's room. Didn't want to talk to Renee, so he walks off. And then Vince McMahon comes out and says Roman Reigns has been suspended and Brock Lesnar will be here next week. Maybe. That's what he said he'll be here next week. My thoughts is maybe. Is he? But Vince said guaranteed. And you don't cross the boss unless you're Stone Cold, Kevin Owens, The Rock, Mankind, Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton. Did Batista beat up Vince at one point? I feel like Batista didn't. I'll take that one back. Eric Bischoff, Ric Flair, Undertaker. The list is endless. Okay. So, next we get Sonya Deville versus Sasha Banks, and Bayley, who kind of saunters out with Sasha. She doesn't really like she wants to be there. The match goes on. Sasha Banks wins, and then after he's about to jump Sasha, Bayley kind of steps up and then just walks out. She just leaves Sasha in the ring by herself, allows Sasha to get jumped by Absolution, and the Absolution is supposed to be a force to be reckoned with. And sorry if I get my notes all out of shape here, guys. I kind of had to go back and rewatch a few clips from Raw and Smackdown, or Raw this week, and just kind of add some stuff together. So next in my notes is Miz TV, which hosts Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. And this is funny because Miz was trying to pin Finn against Seth by using the same tactics against both of them. He was telling Seth, Finn Balor beat you last year and all this and that. And Seth's like, that's not going to work on me. Then he goes over to look at Finn and goes, Seth Rollins, the one who got you injured and everything. And Finn goes, you literally just told him this. I was sitting right there. I watched you do this. And Miz was like, but eventually Seth Rollins and Finn Balor do go at it. They end up knocking out Miz and they start going at each other. The Miz had this big grin on his face like his plan worked. And this leads up to a match later that night, which Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, which was a really good match. And this one move that Seth Rollins does in every one of his matches is the suplex off the top rope into the Falcon's Arrow combo. And every time I see it, I'm like, the announcer always go, oh my gosh, did you see that? We see it every week. Seth Rollins does that move every single week. I think he shouldn't do that move every single week. I think he should do the move maybe once every month. People he's going all in. When John Cena does the Super AA, he's going all in. He's digging deep. But anyway, Seth hits the move, and as he's about to go for the Falcon Arrow, Finn catches him and pins him for a 3 count. Surprise roll up, which is pretty good. Go back and watch that match. It is phenomenal. The Bar does an open challenge. Says we need a challenger for WrestleMania, and anybody can take this, beat us in a tag match, you become WrestleMania partners. Okay, so the Miz answers, and the Miz and the Bar starts brawling for the match, and then like before the match even starts, you get every tag team from the Raw division, like Titus Worldwide, the Club, the Revival, who else? Rhino and Heath Slater. Like, they all come out and start brawling out and beating down the Bar. The Bar finally escapes, and they go back to Kurt Angle and say, hey, you know what? Trade us to SmackDown because we need competition. And Kurt's like, I'm not trading to SmackDown. Matter of fact, we have enough competition here, and that competition is going to face each other in a Battle Royale, and the winner goes to face you at WrestleMania. Okay, so that sets up the match, the main event, actually. And it's a big one because I'll save it. I'll say that. Next, we get John Cena. He comes out and talks and pretty much saying like he's going to be at WrestleMania as a fan. He's going to be next to you. He's going to be next to you. He's going to be next. He goes out into the crowd and finds this dude with long hair, a beard, and has Sasquatch on his shirt. Now, I want to call him Sasquatch Bro. Sasquatch Bro. And Sasquatch Bro is drinking a beer. John Cena takes a tiny bit of sip. He's like, I'll take a beer. Let me have some. Takes a sip. He's like, yeah, ain't this fun? He goes, also, let's go Roman. The crowd boos. Comes in the ring, does a let's go Cena. Cena sucks chant. You get a dueling chants, and Cena's like, you're not going to be able to experience any of this. Like, let's soak it up now. And then he pauses. He's like, I'm going to do what they don't want me to do. Because they want me to sit out and watch from the stands. I'm going to do what they don't want me to do. And if management doesn't like this, they can cut the mic. I'm challenging The Undertaker to a match. No mic cut. I'm challenging The Undertaker to a match. Does it again. I'm challenging The Undertaker to a match. And he's like, okay. The problem is not management. The problem is you, Undertaker, who's sitting at home doing videos on his wife's Instagram and just like workout videos, I should say, on his wife's Instagram. And he's like, when I lose, Undertaker, I get back up. But when you lose, you take a whole year off and just run and hide. And he calls The Undertaker out and he says he wants a match at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Like, okay, I'm excited. I don't want to see The Undertaker in wrestling again because, you know, he barely was held together against the Roman Reigns match. You go back and watch WrestleMania 33 in that match between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker was like, it was hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. Maybe, you know, John Cena can carry a better match than Roman Reigns. We'll find out. But I think The Undertaker shouldn't be wrestling anymore. Like, just, why? I don't know. Who do you think John Cena should wrestle at WrestleMania? Like, if The Undertaker wasn't the guy, and, you know, all the rumors with Rey Mysterio and whatnot, who do you think John Cena should wrestle on the main roster? Like, as of right now. Like, who would John Cena should put over at this point in his career at WrestleMania? Like, I don't know. But that's a thought for you guys. And put that in the comment section. Let me know. I'm curious. I can't think of somebody else, but heck, I guess The Undertaker's healthy enough. If he is, let's let it roll. Let's go. Elias Sampson comes out, and before he does anything, he pretty much just says, it's your people's fault, and he walks away. Like, he's injured, he's wearing a neck brace and everything, and he blames the people for him getting beat up by Braun Strowman. Then we get a promo by Braun Strowman, who says he wants his ticket to WrestleMania, and he's going to make it happen with these hands. So, you're like, okay, what's going to happen? Which that leads up to the match later tonight. And I kind of add 2 promos earlier on the Bar and the Kurt Angle thing earlier. And I already talked about Seth Rollins versus Balor. Okay. Asuka comes out, and the other asks Asuka why did she choose Charlotte. And before she can get the answer, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James come out, and Asuka explains to Alexa that I'm not running away from SmackDown because I run away from Raw because I'm scared. I'm running away because I want more of a challenge. I need a challenge. I beat you, Alexa, which she should have got a title match for beating Alexa. You go back months ago, I think it was in January, where Kurt Angle said if Asuka beats Alexa, she gets a future title match. Never had that happen. That never came to fruition. So I don't know what they did about that. The writers probably just threw it away and said, nobody's going to remember. I remember. But Asuka pretty much says she needs a challenge, and to beat a woman, you got to beat the woman, which she's talking about Charlotte Flair. And Alexa's like, okay, well, you know what? You still have unfinished business. They look to the stage. Nobody comes out. It's supposed to be Nia Jax, but she's a no-show. And Mickie and Alexa kind of talk to each other, and then Mickie James attacks Asuka, which they had a pretty solid match. It was a pretty good match between the two. Good story. Asuka end up injuring her leg by attacking the ring post. Mickie played to it, but in the end, Mickie got caught with an Asuka lock, and she tapped out to Asuka. Okay. So you go backstage, and Alexa Bliss is like trying to figure out what's going on with Nia. How come she wasn't there to show her support and everything, help out and face Asuka? And Nia's like, I had a match. I have a match coming up. I don't have time to deal with that. Okay. So Nia comes out, beats down this jobber, just takes her aggression out on her. And then Alexa will be backstage for an interview, but for some reason the mic is on, like the boom tube, like right there, the mic is on, and her and Mickie are just downgrading Nia, fat shaming her, says she's too big, and everybody looks and stares at her because she's a big lady and all this stuff. And my whole thought process was, why are you resorting to fat shaming? Like, I don't get it. One, Nia Jax is not a fat lady. Like, she's not. Like, she's a damn good looking lady. She's not fat at all. And two, you don't see the men do this. Like, you don't see when there's a big monster of a competitor, like, for example, Braun Strowman. You don't see people say to Braun, oh, he didn't hang out with everybody. He got big person shamed, and he didn't get to play in the schoolyard with the kids and stuff like that. Everybody's afraid to play with him because he's too big. You don't see men do that. You don't see anybody like that. And Alexa Bliss, I get it. She's supposed to be like the mean girl. She's supposed to be like that. The beautiful people. I guess I can't say that. Like, you ever watch TNA Impact Wrestling, and the beautiful people with Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. It was like always shaming people, and they had like the brown bags, the beautiful bags, because they say everybody's ugly but them. They put be the beautiful one. Alexa Bliss kind of reminds me of them. The way she acts in her promos about how she's downgrading, but she also does the whole English barrier thing. Like, I don't understand you, English barrier. Like, she's a stuck-up brat, I guess. But I don't like the fact she's like downgrading, like, instead of talking about their skills in the ring, or talking about, like, Nia Jax, like, Triple H was manipulative of Batista. Why Alexa Bliss not manipulative of Nia Jax the same exact way? Using Nia to get what she wants, like how Triple H was using Batista to get what he wanted, and using Randy Orton to get what he wanted. That's the route they should have went, and not the route of fashion. It should be more like, you need me, Nia. You need me to be better. You need me. Without me, there is no you. Like Triple H and Batista. I understand Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax both came in at the same time, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Please put in the comment section below. Another thought on that. Mickie James, when Alexa versus Mickie, they kept talking about how old she was and just downgrading Mickie James, which Mickie wasn't that old. Like, Asuka, I think, is older than Mickie. But they kept downgrading her instead of saying Mickey's just talking about how bad her age is. Instead of saying age is like, oh, because you've been in business, you're a decrepit, old lady who can't wrestle a good match anymore. Like, talk about her wrestling skills because of her age, not, oh, she has fake eyelashes or diaper bags and stuff like that. Like, what? Come on. I'm done. That's my rant there. After that, we get a preview of the Ultimate Deletion that'll be happening next week on Raw. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Ultimate Deletion. And Kirk tells the referee, like, be prepared for anything. And then we finally get the match. The Battle Royale for a tag team contender. Number one contender. And as everybody gets in the ring, you also hear Braun. Braun Strowman storms down to the ring. He pretty much gets into the match, tells the ref, ring the bell. And just starts tossing out Heath Slater, tossed out Apollo Crews. And everybody's like, okay, let's take out Braun Strowman. So everybody jumps Braun Strowman. A few people get knocked out just because they just took him out for no reason. Braun Strowman gets taken out with a steel chair, like steel steps by everybody. He's outside the ring, like he went through the second rope so he didn't get eliminated. So everybody started getting eliminated left and right. Braun Strowman comes back in. And him and Titus O'Neil had a pretty cool exchange. But unfortunately, Braun got the best of Titus. And it comes down to Braun Strowman and Carl Anderson. Carl's like trying to hype himself up, taking down Braun, taking him down to his knees. But Braun catches him and throws him over the ropes. Everybody catches Carl Anderson, and Braun's the winner. So he's now the number one contender for the tag team champions. Who will his partner be at WrestleMania? My vote is Elias. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the Raw recap. On a very talkative SmackDown, we get, before I even go into that, before we go to the opening promo, when I say talkative, literally so many promos, so many talking points, so many just talk. Heck, it should be, Smack Talk, 2-hour version, because it was just nothing but talking. Nothing but talking. We did get a few matches. We got 4 matches, but most of it was promos. The main event was a promo. Now, opening was a promo. It was AJ Styles coming out to about the place that AJ Styles built. And we've been looking forward to this match. And he said we're finally getting Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, and how their journey's been similar. But AJ is the champ. Shinsuke comes out, says, I'm going to be the champ at WrestleMania when I give you a knee to the face. Then Rusev comes out, and I think it went to commercial. I don't know. It just went from Rusev coming out to the ring, walking down, and all of a sudden, he's in a match with AJ Styles, and Shinsuke is sitting at, by the announcer table and just watching the match. In which, this was a pretty solid match. Rusev versus AJ Styles. It went back and forth, told a little bit of a story here and there, which I was kind of afraid of this, as Rusev being that one dude who's just the heel character to be at the expense of AJ and Nakamura's feud until WrestleMania. I didn't want that to happen to Rusev, but also kind of happy that he's in the main, the feature story on SmackDown. He's in the headline storyline, I should say, at SmackDown. So I can't really argue against that. He's over as heck. Him and Aiden English, that's Rusev Day. So I'm glad he's getting some time to show himself, and hopefully after WrestleMania, probably Rusev inserted into the AJ Styles Nakamura feud, be a triple threat at World Pay-Per-View after. That's just my guess. But yeah, Rusev goes after AJ Styles, and battle back and forth. AJ trying to get the calf crusher on Rusev. Rusev's fighting out of it, and AJ gets it locked in, and that's he immediately gets it locked in. Aiden English jumps in and knocks out AJ, which AJ wins by disqualification. Then Rusev and Aiden jumps AJ, and Shinsuke is watching, and he slowly starts to get up as they're jumping him. As they're jumping AJ, slowly gets up, super slowly. Then slowly unbuttons his jacket, super slowly. And now I'm sitting here watching, feeling really uncomfortable, because I'm like, 1, why is he hustling? 2, why is he taking his sweet time? Literally, Aiden English, Rusev could have went, got some tea, got some coffee, made a sandwich, kept beating up AJ Styles, went and celebrated with the club with beat up John Cena Day, and then go back and beat up AJ Styles for Rusev Day, and Shinsuke was still been there, unbuttoned, slowly, taking off his jacket. And as he finally took off his jacket, he flies into the ring, beats up Aiden English, beats up Rusev, and saves AJ Styles after what felt like a decade of him sitting up. Because first he leaned up, then he sat up, and then he stood up, and then he slowly, I'm done. But yeah, that was that. As that, we get a promo in the back with Big E talking about, just fiery Big E, saying Coffee and Xavier Woods are out, but they'll be back. He's like, right now we go take care of business. They'll take care of the Bludgeon Brothers. And then Jimmy walks up, and Jimmy's like, hey man, I feel you. Let's go do this together. Cause take out my brother Jay. So Jimmy and Big E are tag teaming up against the Bludgeon Brothers. So teaming up, teaming up to face the Bludgeon Brothers. And after another promo, we get this match. We get the match between Jimmy and Big E versus the Bludgeon Brothers. And this one thing, if I paused a moment because I was thinking about this, it stood out to me. As Jimmy was walking to the ring, the announcer called him Jay Uso. And I was like, dude, that's Jimmy. How can you mess this up? It's literally a storyline. How did you call him Jay Uso? Jay is out. You saw the promo. That's Jimmy. And the announcer had to say, the commentators had to say Jimmy multiple times over and over again, so people remember this is Jimmy Uso, not Jay. This is Jimmy. Jay has a cross on his arm, if that helps you guys. And Jimmy actually has Fatu going down his arm. So the spot on his right arm, the spot where the cross would be at for Jay, it says Fatu. And the spot where Fatu would be at for Jimmy, it says it's a cross. So that's a little tip to remember which one's which. I'm not sure how you want to pay attention to that during a match, but that helps a little. And the match starts off, before the bell can ring, Jimmy and Big E grabs chairs, and the Bludgeon Brothers gets their hammers, and they pretty much have a little back and forth with like just trying to beat each other down in a brawl, and then the match somehow started. I wanted tables to get involved so bad. Like, bring in the tables, let's pull some ladders out, let's get TLC WrestleMania. But we're not. They have a match. The Bludgeon Brothers end up winning because they're a cohesive team versus a team that just, just trying to get revenge. And they take out Big E. They take out Jimmy in the ring. They take out Big E on the side, outside the ring. Walks into the ring. Look at Jimmy, and it keeps going, and pretty much stating their dominance in the SmackDown Tag Team division. I'm loving everything about the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm glad this is what they should be. Monsters, force to be reckoned with. Loving it. Loving it. I want to see them versus AOP. That'd be phenomenal. But till we get to that point, I'm loving this right now. Sami Zayn talks about Fastlane. He talks about, Kevin Owens, the one who robbed me and everything, and I should be champion, blah, blah, blah. Charlotte and Asuka confront each other. Asuka says she wants to beat the woman. Charlotte says she's looking forward to this challenge. And they did this weird, camera kept switching back and forth. Like, zooming in on Asuka's face, then zooming in on Charlotte's face, then zooming in on Asuka, back to Charlotte, back to Asuka, back to Charlotte, back to Asuka, back to Charlotte. I was like, what is this? Who's playing with the camera? Then Randy Orton comes out of nowhere. No pun intended. And he walks down to the ring, comes back. It's a match between Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. Randy Orton sitting there commentating, or sitting watching. And I'm sitting here like, what happened to Asuka and Charlotte? Why did it just disappear? Like, what's going on here? Okay. Randy Orton came out and talked about his title. Bobby Roode interrupts him. Jinder comes out, beat Bobby Roode in a match. And then Randy Orton comes in and RKO's Jinder. Literally, that's how that happened. Then we get into a promo about the Royal Rumble, the Women's Rumble, Women's Battle Royale at WrestleMania. In the name of Fabulous Moolah. Okay. I hope there's more meaning behind this match. I hope there's not a match that just becomes a throwaway, 15-minute match or a throwaway battle royale. And I hope the winner end up being somebody who gets a big push. I just hope I don't know. I hope it's not like the Andre the Giant where the person wins doesn't get a push. Because Mojo Rawley they didn't do anything with Mojo after he won the battle royale. So Naomi versus Carmella. Carmella beats Naomi, and Carmella's on a streak right now. And I think the reason why, because they're trying to build her to make her really suitable for the Women's Championship. And it's going to be on Raw or SmackDown, because she had the Money in the Bank cash, and she can cash it on Raw, cash it on SmackDown. I think she's going to cash it on Raw. You don't want her cashing it on Asuka. But, heck, I don't know. I'm not the person writing it. But Carmella's she beaten Becky Lynch, who is the former women's champion. She beat a 2-time women's champion, and Naomi, it's making sense. It's adding up, and I'm okay with this. Finally, we get Shane O'Mac comes out to the ring and does his big announcement. He said he's stepping down as commissioner. He's taking a leave of absence. And he says there'll be a match at WrestleMania between KO and Sami Zayn. Okay. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn comes out. They say they're not really okay with that. They don't mind beating each other up any day of the week. But they're like, okay, Shane, how do you get to call this? And Shane talks about how, it was his fault that Kevin Owens knocked out his father and everything. So he's been blindly rage and just angry against her. Every time he sees him, he gets mad. Because Sami Zayn also calls Shane O'Mac the match at Hell in a Cell. So he just, all this hatred is building up. He explains all that. Back to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They come out and they get their little 2 cents. And they just beat down Shane. Just starts beating him down. Start beating him up. They just kick his butt. The refs comes out trying to stop him. They beat up the refs. Then they drag Shane back to the mat. Backstage. And before they did that, they put his head in a chair and rammed the chair the bottom of the chair into the ring post. Like Shane's choking, can't breathe. They drag him up the ramp, drag him to the backstage, and then they powerbomb him on a forklift, what looks like to be a forklift. And Shane is then carted out the building. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn walks off, Shane getting carted, and that's the end of SmackDown. So I'm curious how this is going to turn out. I'm curious what's next. You know, I'm glad we got all the talking out the way on SmackDown. Then probably get some more matches, get some more builds, because WrestleMania is in 4 weeks, and I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think of SmackDown Raw this week? Let me know. Please put in the comment section below. And also, what you guys think of some of my rants, like, you know, the the Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Nia Jax situation, especially Alexa and Nia, or what you guys think about Carmella, you know, or just anything else what you guys think about. Please let me know. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Look Back Wrestling Show. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe for more episodes of Grind Towards Success, movie breakdowns, or whatever it is you're watching on my channel. I have different stuff from interviews to other movie reviews to wrestling reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe if you want to see all that and see what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Snapchat here, follow me on Instagram there to see what I'm doing in my personal life as well as my business and Ninja Warrior. And lastly, you can watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success here. You can watch the last episode of movie breakdowns there. Thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome.